And all of a sudden there was a new funk, the new space age funk, brought to you by Undergravity,
Space age
Adam Bomb, and the mastermind after Cash. Two of the few endangered funk doctors left, and you are not tuned in to the funkiest show on earth, nigga. That space age funk.
Space age funk.
Uncut space age funk. Coming to you live from the mothership, nigga. 5 million kilowatts of space age funk for your motherfucking Trump. Yo, now you can funk with this, or you can funk with that. If funk was a green piece of paper, we'll have it by the stacks. If funk was a fifth, I'd be laying on my... Yeah. Like we always do about this time, man. We got Charity and Mark Byrd. Man, welcome to the show, man.
What up?
How
Thanks
y'all
for
feeling?
having us.
Feeling good.
Y'all in
Feeling
the city
great.
right now, man. How y'all feeling about the city atmosphere, man, in the H?
Loving it. I always love it. This
Man.
home.
It's starting to become home for me. I love it out here.
That's
Yep.
what's up, man. So, y'all ain't never been on the show before, so, man, we're going to start it from the top, man. We're going to start with you, Miss Charity.
Okay.
Tell us, we know you from the city. We know you from Houston, but tell us about what neighborhood you from.
Whew. Been around a lot of neighborhoods, but family from Sunnyside, so over
Right.
there. Got family in Dead End. Grew up in Broadway, but grew up by hobby in Gulf Meadows.
Right.
Went to Sterling and everything. So
Hmm.
really just true Southside girl. That's all I know.
Now, wait a minute, Sterling, there's some legendary Southside people, rappers and legendary players from over there, huh? Who went to Sterling? I don't remember. Dead End niggas went to Sterling. Pat went to Sterling, huh? Oh.
Pat, Hall, Olive. They probably did. I know they from over that way in the neighborhood.
In between Sterling and Jones. But anyway, so you from all over the South Side. So how was it growing up on the South Side?
I mean, everybody want to be from the South Side. If you ask me, like, I don't know, it was just chill.
How was
just Houston.
that culture, that everybody around the world is trying to get a piece of? Like, how was it growing up under that influence? Under DJ Screw and the Screwed Up Clique and
Yeah, see, I had to adjust. See, I was so used to SUC for a long time. Like, I was not listening to no Swisher House. No disrespect, but that just wasn't my thing. I was a big Hawk fan and Pokey and, SUC. So I don't know, like seeing everybody draw to it now, it's dope. I'm glad Trav putting it on because he really putting SUC on. It's dope. I don't know, but just growing up in that culture, that's all I knew. But then when I got to college, that's when I kind of branched out and learned about other music. But it took me a while. Like, I was so stuck in my SUC ways,
Right.
and Zero, and yeah, it took a minute for me to get out of that element. Oh, and Kiki too. Can't forget
and
Kiki.
Kiki. Can't forget
Yeah,
Kiki.
can't
huh?
forget Kiki. God.
But we got a fact check over here. Reggie over here fact checking it, and Pat did go to Sterling.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm like. It's literally right there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now what about my man Mark? Talk to us, Mark. Where you from, Mark?
Chicago, Illinois, man.
That's what's up, man. Now we ain't from there. We from down here. So you gonna have to, bless our game and tell us about, your neighborhood, what part of the Chi you from, and how it was growing up.
It was crazy. Now, my neighborhood is documented. You ever seen Good Times?
Yeah.
That's where I started. I was there till I was like 9. Then I moved to the west side of Chicago, which is basically everybody that left the projects went that way. And the west side is really where I stayed. That was it for me. And I was there until I got in trouble and my mom put me on that midnight train to Georgia.
Literally.
Like, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but most of my childhood was Chicago. I finished up high school in Augusta, Georgia, and then I bounced around a little bit, traveling, doing stuff, went back to Chicago. Then around 2011, I went to Atlanta, and that's where I'm at right now. But Chicago is home. Chicago is the roots. So
Talk to us about that music influence in Chicago.
Yeah.
Man,
What you grew up listening to in Chicago.
That's what I was just about to say.
soul music.
Yeah.
You gotta think the projects that I was in was where they shot Cooley Hot too.
We talking about Cabrini Green.
Cabrini Green, that's where I'm from.
What you talking about,
Candyman,
Let the world know,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
Represent
The
that.
infamous Cabrini Green. Yeah, like my folks grew up soul, and it was heavily still like Motown influence. So a lot of those groups that didn't go to Motown were still in Chicago. So when my mom was like, all she played was soul music, and being in the middle, I got to get everything about rap early. And my uncle was in the rap, so at 9 years old, I'm sliding in his room, I'm banging NWA. I'm listening to Big Daddy Kane and Fresh Prince Dana Dane. Nigga, I got everything. So, shit, I was blessed.
Tell me, like, what are the rappers? You know, you grew up in the 90s, right? Yeah, you
Me?
are.
Shit, I'm an 80s baby.
80s, baby.
But the 90s is, prominent. Yeah. So, I mean, we grew up with Do or Die, Twister.
Yeah.
Saw Common early in his stages. Shit, I was there, like, when Kanye first started out. Like, if you knew some folk, you can go find Ye and get a beat for about $50.
No shit.
Yeah, early. Like 50
I mean,
to
you can
100
reach out and
bucks.
touch the man back then.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I still can now.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
I got a little juice.
Shining.
You got
with
the
it.
juice.
A quick shine, real quick.
Had to
That's
do it.
real.
Let's go back to Charity. So, Charity, we heard of you a few years ago at a beat battle. So, tell us about how did you get in the game and your influences of the game.
Okay, so my dad have a crazy record collection for one. So just hearing old school like Barcades, Ohio Players,
Come on now. Come on now.
Isley Brothers, and the list goes on. Stevie Wonder, and he used to make it's crazy. He used to make me write listen to Bob Marley. Then I had to write about what he was talking about because he
Word.
see him as an activist, not as a
Oh, no.
Jamaican that just smoke weed. So I was like into it like that, and so it just started from that, and then the whole bad boy movement. I don't know, that did something to me. Like Diddy, Mary J. Blige,
Mace,
Faye,
Total.
Mace, Total,
Okay.
all of that, and then Timbaland and Missy and them came on the scene. I was sold.
You
I was
sound like you should have been with them.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
who. That was my influence. Like I thought Aaliyah was my lost sister or something. Like I wanted to be like her.
Yeah.
So it just went from there, and then I was in the band at Sterling, but I was a dancer. But I always used to watch band
I
tapes.
can't even see you being no damn.
I know I went from playing basketball
Yeah.
to being a dancer. I was like, nah, I need to be around the band just to hear the
Okay.
arrangements
Yeah.
because I used to love them so much. And then one of my homeboys
Dancing to
gave
produce.
he gave me Fruity Loops, and I was just playing around with. I was a clicker,
Wait,
which
who gave you Fruity Loops?
my homeboy Tony, Antonio Spivey. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
But
Shout out Tonyo.
yeah, he played the snare drum, and I don't know who gave him Fruity Loops, but he gave it to me, and I was like, let me just see what this do.
And
Man.
what age were you?
This was 06. I was a senior in high school, so yeah. And I started playing with that, and then when I got to Prairie View, I kept playing with it. I was like, man, this is getting fun. I would stay up late as hell. Like my mom would get up for work, and I'd still be up, and she used to get mad. Like you didn't even see the sun today, because I was so hooked to Fruity Loops, and I wanted to get good at it. And I was sampling everything. I was taking everything from my daddy collection.
Did you
and
like
just
your
trying to
first
sample.
beat?
I hated it, so that's why I kept going. I was terrible. And I started producing with one of my best friends, Shayla, at Prairie View. It was the same time when Kirk O'Bangs was there, and DeRoe, and DJ Mr. Rogers and Allen was there. So it went from there. But after I graduated, I stopped because I got me a real job, and woo. Then that's when I entered the beat battle, and I got back on it, 2014.
So talk to us about the beat battle, man. I
Learned
know
a lot.
my nigga Hig. You say my nigga Hig. My nigga Hig is told me that he influenced you. How you fucking with me, man?
These people can't see. I want the world to see
I wish
because
they
you just
could
over
see.
here fucking with me. This nigga got his little Nasir haircut. He capping. But the people can't see. I'm gonna make sure the people see, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get back to this beat battle. You know, the nigga Higgs say he, influenced you to get up. Talk to us about that.
See, I didn't even know Dante Higgins at first. It was a lot of local people. I didn't know him, D-Lo. I didn't know about them, but my homeboy Kobe, who was rapping at the time, he told me about him. And then I ended up seeing he at the SF2 kickback.
Right.
I don't know if y'all remember that. On Sundays, they used to have the little kickback Sundays.
Yeah, and everybody go up there.
Yeah, and I
freestyling
seen
shit.
him there. And then I was like, I'm just introduce myself. And he was cool. He was real cool. And I told him I make beats. And he, nah.
That nigga ain't cool.
The makings of a hater.
Then he was like, nah, you don't make beats. I got to see this. And I was like, actually, I got a beat battle coming up. Mind you, this is my first beat battle. I was nervous. I didn't know
So
if I
you
was
saying
going to
he
win.
had a sexist tone?
What?
You saying like girls can't make beats?
Yeah.
Come on,
That's
man.
that's what I felt like
That's
it
like
was.
some kind of journalism that make motherfuckers say some shit.
No, that's because that's how it is. It's still like that to this day.
Devil's
It's
advocate.
still like that to this day. That's why I'm like, I got to make sure I'm dope. Because when I press play, it's like, okay. So, yeah, that's how it started. I didn't think he was really going to come to the battle. He said he was going to come. And sure enough, he came, and I came in second. And I seen him, and he was like, I hear what you're trying to do. He was like, matter of fact, we're going to do a project together. I thought he was bullshitting in, but nope. Like, we did a whole, that's some
Because he do be
Kingpin came.
bullshitting. My nigga.
Yeah, he
say
helped
some
my
fake
company.
shit right quick. But y'all made that happen. And
Yeah.
that shit was beautiful.
Yeah, the chemistry
Wonderful.
was there. The vibe was there. We did that in like 2 weeks, and it helped me with my confidence as a producer. Like I didn't think I would be producing an artist so soon because I just see myself as a beat maker. I was just doing battles, trying to prove to myself that I'm dope. But he was like, "Nah, you a producer. You ain't no beat maker." So that was a blessing.
That's real.
Yeah.
You know what I think? You like the Roxanne Shante of the Houston producer game, huh? That sound good.
That's pretty hard. That's pretty hard.
I'll take that. I like Roxanne.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Dope.
crown that. Yeah, I like the way that sounds.
I like that.
Okay, so back to my nigga Mark. We going back to the Shy.
Hey,
So, how you got into producing, man?
started as a twinkle in my mother's eye. Nah.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. Romanticize that shit, nigga.
Nah, like I was saying, like my uncle was in the production, and that's how I started. Really, he'll dip out, go outside, go to the studio. I sneak in his room, steal the drum machine out of there, steal the little Casio keyboard, sample myself. Like, oh, okay, cool. Learn how to
At
do
what
it.
age was that?
I had to be like 7, 8.
Gotta start
Couldn't have been no older than 9.
Yeah.
And I remember one time he caught me in the room with his rope chain on.
Yeah.
Chain was bigger than me,
Yeah.
rapping some LL shit. It's like, oh, okay, so you wanna be around this. He got talked to my mom, talked to my grandma, and took me to the studio. It was the worst shit ever. Nigga, I was like 8. That nigga had me in the studio from 3 p.m. to like 3 a.m. Like, nigga, I want to go play. I don't want to do this no more. This shit is not it. So, I mean, I grew up around it, so I was always around it, always like with the homies, just rapping, freestyling, doing whatever. Then it's just like I just became good at rapping at one point, so that was my thing. Like, homies would come get me when they like we'll be on the block, niggas bring their cousin, oh, my cousin code, niggas come get me out the crib like, yo, rap against dudes. Do that. That's what I got known for. But then it's just like, start doing other stuff that sent me on the midnight train to Georgia. And I actually wasn't really focusing on it. Then I got to high school, met with a bunch of dudes that was doing it. And this cat, this older, you know what I'm saying, one of the OGs, he took me to this dude named Buck. And shout out my man Buck. He was like the first producer that I knew that really had his own distinct sound. So I remember going to his studio and he was playing stuff. And he was just like, I had heard stories about him before I even went there. I heard his stuff and I'm like, man, it's crazy. So the whole time I knew I could do it. I just didn't do it. My uncle, when I moved there, he was trying to make me comfortable, bought me this little trash keyboard. Appreciate him for buying it, with the keyboard's whack. And it didn't it didn't loop. That shit had like 5 or 6 sound banks. So if I wanted the beat to be 3 minutes, I had to play each instrument for 3 minutes, and I had to do my own breaks in it, bitch. So needless to say, I made 3 beats in my whole life on that thing because that shit took too much time.
Now, what keyboard? You remember what it was?
Nah, it was some shit from out of Walmart. Couldn't cost no more than $40. It was trash. If I find it, I will buy it just to keep it. And around this time when I'm doing this is when I was in Augusta because, like I said, I got shipped away. So, you know, doing what I was doing out there, and we just happened to be at a spot, and somebody heard a beat that I made, and nigga was like, yo, how much you'll charge me for a beat? And I was like,
Light bulb.
Yeah.
How old were you at that time?
At that time, I might have been like 17, 18. So now I was like, so I could make this type of money, beat money. And, oh, nigga, we in. Went and got some stuff. First keyboard was an MR61 workstation in Sonic joint. Man, I sat in the crib and I figured that thing out so crazy. And I just started selling beats. And I was just like, before I knew it, like beat money was coming in as fast as hustling money. I was like, man, this is crazy. And then I got jammed up doing something I had no business doing. And then I ended up making beats just to keep me from going back outside. So in one instance, you can say that music saved me, because if it wasn't for that, I probably would have doubled back and went right back outside.
Now that's what the fuck I'm talking
That's a
about.
story.
Yeah.
You need to start your
He romanticized that shit, man.
You need to start your fucking book with that, Mark.
Oh, it's coming.
You can't start with
It's a
that.
documentary coming.
That can't be the preface, man. Nah, that can't be the preface.
Nigga said preface.
Nah.
Nah, this is I'm thinking about really doing a documentary on it because I want people to see the power of music, you know, what it can do and how it changed my life multiple times. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have that same story, and they just don't know a lot of people went through the same thing. So
That's dope. Man, remember, you know what that made me think about, man, when you said that, Mark? Back, when you was talking about when you was rapping and you battling people and shit. I remember when you could rap for fame. Like niggas used to ball, the ball players used to ball to get the chicks. The hustlers used to hustle and show off they fancy shit to get the chicks. But, if when you had that talent of music and that was what you had to use to get your fame, man, it just felt so good to just get it off, man. Battle against somebody, man. Like, I remember when I first came to this one school, man, and I was alone, man. I had got kicked out of the school I was at with Mac, and I had to go to school, man. And when I got there, I ain't know nobody, right? I was the new nigga, right? In Hollop, in A-League. So I was a new nigga. And, man, when I came in there, I ain't know nobody, man. Lunchtime, so it's real janky at lunch. So, man, at lunch, I ain't know nobody. So at lunch, I see him beating on the table. So I slid right in there and got to spitting, man. And it was a rap after that. Now everybody know, man. I'm the new nigga that can flow now. But, yeah, man, that shit made me think about that, man.
nah, that was real. That shit used to be like that. Like, I remember this over in my cousin hood. It was this one cat. It was like my man's cousin. He would come through. He was like the flashy nigga. He was a little older than us. We like 13. He like 17. Light skinned nigga with the box fade and shit. All the girls like, oh, cause he rap. I used to be sitting in the crib practicing like, man, I'm not coming out till this shit right. Man, I'll never forget that shit. They came, knocked on the door. It was like, yo, my cousin want to battle your cousin. I'm in the crib playing the game. My cousin's like, yo, niggas want to rap against you. I'm like, man.
His own.
At first, I'm like, man, fuck these. I'm tired of this shit. Tired of this nigga coming over in the hood all the time rapping against everybody. Went outside. Dog, I did not know the whole block was outside in front of my cousin's porch. I walked outside like, oh, shit. It's like a hole for real. Man, my right hand to God, if I could find my cousin to tell y'all the story right now, nigga, I tore that nigga ass up. And ever since then, it was like legendary in the hood. Like, Mark, you gonna rap? No. You guys have to wait for it.
That was a big thing. Even
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
middle school, like I remember middle school people beating on the table. If you can flow, if you can go long,
Yeah.
You was the
you,
best.
you hard. You
Yeah.
gonna you gonna be around for a minute.
Man,
you
I'm
gonna be
flowing about
popular.
everything.
Anything.
Everything. What you drinking?
Like,
Had
the
niggas
Cheetos,
pointing that
shit.
shit.
As long as it rhymes.
Throw me a
you keep
word, nigga. I'm going.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
She was real.
I miss those days.